Hopefully you clicked on this video because you want to position your business as a brand on social media. For those who don't know me, I'm a brand strategist and I work with contractors on helping them create branded content for their business. I just had a quick idea and I was like, maybe if I just show you guys my thought process on what it's like to help a contractor's social media that looks like that hasn't been branded yet, and give you some directions with maybe with what you can do for your business. It's one thing to just tell you, hey, you need branded content on social media, but it's another thing for me to, again, to just show you. And disclaimer, this is not to diminish any other contractor out there. This is actually to help you and educate you, and also educate this contractor on what he can do to improve his business. This is my reaction to his Instagram page. This is my advice to what he should do to improve his online presence and ultimately stand out from his competition. So let's get right into it. All right, so my screen is up. I typed in contractor on Instagram and I found Canfield Carpentry. And I'm gonna give him my thought process on what I would do if I was him, or if he had decided to work with somebody like me or me. The minute that I saw this, I was like, there is a lot of things that could be improved. And the first thing that I see right now, look, he posts a lot of pictures. Photo. And it just keeps going. There's no reels. I didn't do a full, I didn't look through it completely. I just saw that it needed some improvement. So that's why I picked it. But the reels, let me go over to his reels. Okay, he does have reels, but it looks like this is from Happy 2024. So this was probably, wow, a very long time ago that he posted his last video. His last reel was 16 weeks ago. If you're a contractor, right, and all you're doing is posting photos in hopes that something is gonna happen, it's not, first of all, it's not a strategy. And of course, before and afters look great because obviously you're showing, I mean, here he's probably showing the process of everything that he did. And we're gonna dive a little bit deeper as we continue to go down the rabbit hole of his online presence. But photos, as you can see, 38 likes, 67 likes, 46 likes, 51 likes, 83 likes, 75 likes, 35 likes. This one did really good, 299 likes. This is something that maybe he ran an ad on this, because let's look at the next one. 40 likes, 48 likes. Yeah, he probably ran an ad on that. But like, if if you see that you're getting the same, if you're averaging the same amount of likes throughout each post that you continue to post, that's a sign to like, hey, look, nobody's watching the content. So to risk and do something different is worth it because you kind of don't have nothing to lose. 38 likes, I say this all the time, no matter where you're at on your journey with your content, with your online presence, with your business, never let's just look at a piece of content real quick. I think he got like 80 something likes on one, 83 likes on this one. He got 83 likes on this. His most likes in the last five photos that I just saw. And that's good. 83 likes, I applause. That's great. But never let 83 likes stop you from getting 8,300 likes. Never let 8,300 likes or views stop you from getting 83,000 views or likes. So you constantly have to evolve with your content as you continue to post and promote and market your business. This is great. Right here, 83 likes. I see that he has multiple, it's more of a carousel. He has 4 pictures of this bespoke porch. And he also tagged the supplier. Maybe this isn't the first job, maybe it is, but think of this. If you're working with somebody on a job site, right? And they have an Instagram page, or they have a Facebook page, or they have a TikTok, and you constantly do business with them, or you constantly work with them, and they support, y'all support each other, there should be a piece of content of you with that person or with that partner to be able to just collab and create something together so people can see who are the people that are involved on a project like this, but also to cross promote and try to reach new audience. Because Instagram is all about connection. Social media is all about connection. Who are you connecting with, and who are you being connected to as well, so the algorithm could reward your content and also expose you to new audience. But now let me just go down his page real quick of some things that I do see that is good. First of all, his handle right here, Canfield Carpentry, perfect. There's no underscore, there's no numbers, there's no period, there's no weird lettering. I know some people like to turn the O's into like the number 0. None of that confusing user handle or username that makes it impossible to be found. So a simple, your name of the business with no underscore or no LLC. That's another thing that I see a lot of contractors or business do. They put LLC in the username, which it doesn't make any sense. You're a business. We get it. I'm just saying. Canfield's Carpentry, perfect. Keep that. He has 923 posts. So that means that he's very consistent. 923 posts is a really good amount of content that you're posting. I don't know how often he posts, but let's just look at that. 5 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 3 weeks ago. Okay, he's not that consistent, but he just posts. When he does post, I guess he just goes on he just empties out his photo album. But 923 posts, okay, there's enough data there for you to look at what's working and what's not working, right? So pay attention to what is working, do more of that, and then as you continue, try new things like maybe Reels, because I don't see much Reels. We're going to talk about the content in a sec. Let me just go to his bio. Actually, let me go to his picture. He has a picture of his logo. Most likely it's his logo. Canfield, the carpentry is very hard to read because of the color being so close blended into the white, which is a hand saw. This is my thing with using your profile picture or using your logo as your profile picture. If you don't have a sales rep, if you don't have a sales team, if you're the one still wearing the hats, then I recommend using your profile picture, because people buy from people and you're still going to be the one that's showing up to whatever estimate you have to go to. So this is a great way to connect immediately with a potential client from social media, is by actually having a professional picture. I would recommend chest and up type of profile picture. So a profile picture of your face is always going to be highly recommended. The bio. I don't know what this is. I can't even see that. I don't know where he copied and pasted from, but honestly, I would take this weird circle letterings out and just put the name of the business. The rest of his bio says Stansted, I hope I'm saying that right, Essex-based carpentry contractor specializing in new build development, joists, trusses, timber frame, first fix, second fix, STA, assured, Chaz, SMAS. I don't know what any of that means. And I'm guessing all of this right here, joist, trusses, timber, frame, and the rest of that it's all part of the process of what goes into a new build development. Take that first line and put specialize in new build development. The second line, I would recommend putting the area that he serves. And then the third line would be a call to action, a way to just be approachable. You want to make your business approachable as much as possible. If people don't know that they're invited to your inbox, if people don't know that they're invited to your website, they need to be led. So a call to action to either DM, I'll recommend DM because they're already on the social platform. I wouldn't say, hey, go to my website, get off of the web browser, go to open up your Safari, because that's what Instagram does. Every time you put a link in your bio, it's like they don't make it appealing to use the web browser because they want you to just exit out and stay back on the app. So I would recommend saying DM me. You can also put your email there as well. But just making yourself approachable to be able to have people reach out to you. The highlights, advert, SX base, great rates. This is good. This is a urgent, needed for immediate. Okay, so this is a hiring post. So I would recommend, instead of advert, hiring, if you really wanted to keep that, this right here, I don't recommend something like this. Especially if you're using your social media for business. Beautiful baby. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend posting stuff like this, because out of all of the content that you have, the 900 and something content, you're gonna put one picture of you and your baby on this highlight. It's just like super random there. And I don't even recommend mixing up like family stuff with your business page. That's just me, personal preference. I don't see how that mix, like, I don't know, that's just not a good mix for me. But Sunday shift, I wouldn't like, okay, you have one post on this. You have one post on this highlight and one post on this highlight. My new Gorilla Gripper. Oh, in action. Look, this is a great piece of reel right here. It means that you invested in tools, showed this in an actual video. Maybe you did, but no, you didn't. You see, so it's like these are irrelevant. If you wanna keep these, keep them, but change the name if you're gonna keep them. You have two highlights, a Sunday shift, highlight, and an advert. Like, you can do like before and afters. You can do a series type of highlight. You can do everything that has to do with joist, like this right here, joist, trusses, timber frame, first fix, second fix, like all that stuff maybe could be content that can go into some type of highlights like this. That would be way much better than trying to cram all that information into the bio. Then you have all of this. Do great work just by looking at it. But now I always say, like, if you're gonna post, like, there's a reason you're posting. Whoever says that they just post for fun and don't want to and don't need any more business because they already have a lot of work, I don't believe that, because you're constantly going to have to need new work anyways. You're not fooling anyone. If you was to get a DM right now of somebody that was willing to pay your price, was looking for whatever it is that you offer, you're not turning down that business. You're not. Like, business is business at the end of the day. But you're posting for a reason. Oh, yeah, that's why. Because you're posting for a reason. You want people to value why you price what you price and not undervalue you. Now that we got the beginning part of this Instagram page out the way, let's go into the content. I'm specifically going to talk about how to turn this one piece of content right here into a lot more different content styles. Maybe we can talk about a couple other ones, but let's talk about something like this, because I did click on this. I saw it. I have some ideas about this. 4 times bespoke portraits complete today by our team. I don't know. If a project like this takes one day, that's amazing. But even in just one day, you need 15 to 45 seconds. If you're going to do 90 seconds, I would recommend do it and tell it like a story. If you're not, don't do 90 seconds if you're a contractor, because you would vomit so much information in 90 seconds that it will become very boring to watch the whole thing and people just swipe away, and then that hurts the algorithm because nobody's watching the entire video. I'm just saying, keep it 15, 45 seconds videos. So you did 4 of these bespoke portraits, right? Now I'm just using AI to come up with some content ideas and content styles and pillars around this right here, because I can go on and on about everything else, but this right here, specifically this. Let's say maybe you're not on the project site and you're not available to just stop and take a quick video of you talking on camera about this project. Get enough content, enough videos, and do a voiceover. A voiceover is what I highly recommend if you're the business owner that is just way too busy to spend time on a project site and do 15 to 20 pieces of content back to back to back, or even one. One is still good, because I would rather I would rather you do one strategic, great, well put together piece of content than do something like this that I know isn't maximizing your reach or your potential on social media. But if you're not there, right? If you're not on the project site, if you're not, like I said, actively showing up because you have other things going on, okay, have the guys record videos, get the tripod, move it around, and then go back and do a voiceover. Do a simple voiceover, because that is something that you can do maybe the last thing at the end of the day and just talk about the project. Tell the story of how you met the client, of why they wanted to do this style bespoke porch. Talk about the materials you need. Like, there's a lot of topics that you could have made from just the same videos that you have and just repurpose it and reuse it for different ideas. Using AI, I'm just going with what I see here. The top 5 mistakes homeowners make when adding a porch. Position yourself as the expert, right? And attract attention with helpful warnings. Talk about skipping weather-resistant materials. On a separate videos, I'm telling you, these are different content styles. On a separate video, talk about what will happen if you don't get the proper permits, if you need permits for something like this. The educational content is always going to be super important to create, whether you're a contractor, anybody that's in the home improvement space, because that's what sells certainty. So educational content is always going to be great. If you have this project going on, then 3 things to know before building a porch, or this bespoke porch, if this is what it's specifically called, of what you built here. You could have done a porch versus deck. Which one adds more value to a home? Create series around projects, because people get engaged with something that gives them the feeling of, let's just say, like, call it like a TV show. That's what I mean when I say series. So you could have done like the porch of the week, the 1 minute build, and do a time lapse. You could have done homeowners questions answered. So you could have been answering whatever questions usually homeowners have about projects like these. You could have talked about the porch mistake of the month. Break down common DIY or low quality porch fails and how to avoid them. The best way to optimize this content is learn the HEAT framework. Hook, educate, authority, and call to action. Use curiosity, emotion, or problem awareness in the first sentence to be able to get somebody to read the rest of the caption. Most homeowners make this mistake when they build a porch. Educate people in a way that they learn a little bit more context around the project, the topic of whatever it is that you created in that piece of content. Any type of way to establish authority is going to be just a subtle reminder that you're the guy to go to if they need help with something like this. And that's going to build brand equity and trust equity for your business. And then a simple call to action. Invite people to message you. Invite people to email you. Invite people to comment. Get somebody engaged. I personally always like the DM, because again, you're already on the platform and it just takes 2 seconds to go to the profile and click message. That's why they made it. That's why they made that button so big. And just keep creating content around that framework. That's my thought process when I see contractors Instagram page like this, or if it's TikTok or whatever platform that we're working on, and my mindset a little bit on how I would improve it and position it better so they're able to use social media as a marketing tool versus just, posting over 900 posts and hoping something happens. I hope this was completely helpful, not just for you guys, but also for Canfield Carpentry. And I would love to see what they create next if they ever wanted to create branded content for their business. But if you do, you can contact me. My email is going to be below, and we will come up with a brand strategy for your business. Thank you guys for actually staying up until this point of the video. Be on the lookout for more content like this on my social media. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please like this video. I plan on doing a lot more videos like these so you guys can see what it's like to understand this new way of marketing that we all have to adapt to. And I hope to help you one day brand your business. See you guys on the next one.